What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Beans! It's just a fun word to say. Beans! Today we're trying to make $1,000. We already have band perform here. We're trying to finish off the level. And so all we got to do is get 150 customers, and I think we are the hell on out of here and on to our next adventure. Now, I don't know if they're going to add in, like, new appliances or anything once we get to the next level and we start opening other stores, but it looks good to me. Yeah, someone took, yeah, it's fine. We've completed more goals, that's cool. We've already seen that text dialogue. If you haven't seen this game, if you skipped the first episode, you gotta watch the first episode, man. How you gonna jump into the third episode or something, you know what I mean? Or like the second episode. I can count my episodes. I know what I've been doing today. But yeah, welcome on back to Beans. If you didn't watch the last episode, it's basically a coffee shop simulator with kind of like a pleasant little story and a ton of humor. Like, the game is actually pretty funny. It's pretty vicious and ripping on hipsters and the whole, like, coffee subculture. As someone who just, like, brews coffee at home, I don't know. I've never gone to a coffee shop. I just don't do that. They're like bars with less alcohol, and so there's just no point being there. I'm like, well, do you serve alcohol? And they'd be like, well, yes, we do, actually. Our coffee shop doubles as a bar. And I was like, I'll be right there. 9 a.m. drinking, you've finally been legitimized. Take that, Mom. You can't tell me when to drink. You can't tell me when I've had too much. Stop texting me. We'll have... I mean, have we done the 150 customers yet? Dude, I feel like we've done 150 customers. I'm just going to let it run then for a little bit. I don't want to ruin the game for my... Well, we can buy more appliances or something while we wait. A rotary toaster. The hell is a rotary toaster? My TV is in front of my toaster, is behind my toaster now. I don't know how I feel about that. So the layering is a little bit odd, like it won't go behind the lamppost when you put it on the wall. I guess I'll just move it over to right there for right now. It's the best place that I can put it. Can I do anything with the research on the rotary toaster? Onerous slime. After tasting the stale onerous slime, alright. Well, let me do the menu then. There's got to be... Oh, that's all that I can make here. So I basically made all of the stuff that I can make for the first level. And so we'll go ahead and collect our cash. I have no idea what just happened, but that freaked me the hell out. The customers become unruly. Quickly, slap them silly and throw them out before they annoy the other customers. Okay, which one's unruly? I don't see any unruly customers. Everybody just seems to be quietly drinking their coffee. I mean, there was a loud noise... But I don't know how that affects things. Like, the loud noise was definitely frightening. I thought that the game had crashed when it happened. I thought something really bad had happened. But I guess that the unruly customer left? I don't know. I suppose I could consider adding some more tables or something. Let's go to our decker and see what we can add here. We've got chalkboard menus. I actually would just like to have furniture. And so I'm going to put in some chairs. I'm going to get like 4 of them, and we're just going to place them, and then I'll get them arranged in just a minute. It's faster to do it this way, I think. Then we'll go find that blue table that we've been using to, like, brand everything we've been doing so far. And so we'll put one, like, right there. And then we'll take this. And put it right there. I think he went to sit in the chair even though I was moving it. That's kind of funny. Oh, they'll sit in the chairs even if there's no tables around. Okay. That makes some modicum of sense. I'm going to move you. Oh, I can't put you over there? Well, that's a bummer. Maybe I'll put you along the edge of the room then, and that'll just have to work. And then I've got another table right here, and we'll get you all set up. And then for you, sir, sorry, you don't get a seat right now. I got to move this thing. I got to move this thing from out underneath you, Tushkin. Alright, so there we go. Tushkin's rearranged. We've got a little bit of cash laying around in all of our different jars. And we're done. Hooray! The level is defeated. I will not lose to a child. She cannot be allowed to steal the coffee bottom fortune. Dirty job like this calls for someone to clean it up. If I can prove that her coffee shop is filthy and unclean, I can have it shut down and fine her into bankruptcy. She'll be in more trouble than a beer on the sun, huh? Beer on the, You will have your chance. My people will see to it that the restaurant is filthy. Do not fail me. Just have the money ready. When I have the fortune, you will have your money. Go. Oh, look at that. He's got a muffin, though. Sometimes you got to brighten up your morning with a... What is the duck going to do? There's a duck with a monocle and a top hat. What is he going to do to me? Is he like the most violent and the most disgusting? I'm not really sure. Ducks are pretty disgusting. If you've ever had ducks before, they are super gross. Alright, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. Oh, we're like in a college town now. Occupy something. Go eggplants. Ugh, isn't this place open yet? What? I literally just opened the doors. Give me a... Oh, wow, this place is a dump. Let's go to that trendy spot off campus. I want to drink a $14 coffee in a 20-year-old chair. Jesus. Look at all that litter. They put litter all over the place. Little bastards. What is this, the 80s? Knock it off. What the heck was that? They come in and salt the place, throw trash on the ground, then leave? Maybe this wasn't the best, Who is this dude? Roysdower? Oh, no. What do we have here? Trash on the ground on your first day? Do you even know how to run a clean and safe establishment? This place isn't even open for business yet. Relax. Besides, what are you, a health inspector? I'm not a health inspector. I'm the health inspector. Troy Roysdower, senior health inspector for the city of Townsburg. Rousdower, so that is a stupid name, or... I'm going to be having my staff keep an eye on the place. If I find out you're unable to keep your restaurant clean, I will personally shut you down. The only place you'd ever be able to open a restaurant again is in hell. Hell or Edmonton, anyways. I'll catch you later, kid. Yeah, you get on out of here, white pants. Ain't nobody give a damn about you. This is a coffee shop and you wearing white pants. You begging for spots right now. I'll splatter that espresso all over that shit. B set... Oh, I just click the trash and it goes away. Okay, that's cool. So appliances. A university cash register. Bam. We also need our tip jar, so there it is. We'll get that placed. I wonder if we get new stuff in the later levels. A Q-Cup coffee machine. 5 cents per pound coffee ground up into plastic tubes and sold for $3 a pop. God bless capitalism. Alright. So I'll put that right there. And how much money did I start out with? Like 200 bucks? Alright, so we'll go with an espresso machine right there. We've got a goat pen, which apparently is an appliance. The freshest, angriest milk possible. I don't know if I want a goat inside my restaurant. I feel like that will hurt my health score. I don't think you're allowed to have, like, barn animals inside of a... Ooh, we've got a patchwork sectional. Hell yeah. Let's do this thing. I love sectional chairs. They're awesome. So we'll go right there. And then that's going to hurt our cash a little bit. But I think it's going to be alright. That will bring our appeal up ever so slightly with the decor. We will drop a ficus right there. And then we will drop a ficus. Oh, I can't put a ficus right there. I wanted to. The fightiest of ficusi. But it wouldn't go over there. And so I guess I just got to live with what I got for right now. I should also... I think I need to research food and drink. So the Q-Cup coffee machine. That gave us the Q-Cup coffee. The residual taste of plastic enhances both its flavor and its neurotoxicity. There we go. And so now we've got espresso. Level over level. This seems to be an NPC favorite. Hell yeah. And so now that we got that set up... As far as... Oh, we made a little bit of money. Oh, they're dropping trash everywhere, though. Little bastards. That's filthy, man. You guys are gross. An avant-garde stool. Okay, well, I'll put in a couple of stools over here, then. There we go. Somebody dropped stool in my restaurant. That's not okay. That's definitely going to hurt us with the health inspector. He's like, what is this over here? You got a little bit of stool in your place. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it happens every now and again. These things occur. Every now and again, you end up with stool in your coffee shop. What are you going to do? Coffee does make you poop. You have a cup of coffee, and it's like you got to drop a deuce like 4 seconds afterwards. You're like, oh, my Lord. It's time to deuce it on up. So he's going to go sit over there. Oh, my Jesus. That dude is gnarly. So that's why, man, you must be an actor because you're throwing trash all over the place. Only somebody rich be able to afford to be that wasteful. So with the stools, these are 45 bucks a pop. Jesus Christ, man, that's an expensive stool. That's a stool that doesn't give a damn. We got a reclaimed wood. Do I have any kind of, like... We've got a long classroom table. I suppose I'll put that right there. And then we'll kind of just wait until we have some more cash. Will they leave tips on this table? Oh, they will. Good. He put his drink on the table. Fantastic. That means they'll leave a tip there, too. It's probably time for us to look and see what our progress is for this mission. So we need to research the Lucky Espresso. We need to earn $3,000, protest President Dump, place seating for 15 people, clean up 75 pieces of garbage, uncover the dark secrets of the SCOBY. What the hell is a SCOBY? Sounds like a violent sex move. I hit him sideways with the SCOBY. They ain't never come back. Although sometimes they do. That's when you know you're serving up that gnarly SCOBY. That dirty, filthy SCOBY. That SCOBY beef. Alright, so if I need more seating, we've got classroom chairs. I don't think people are going to care about that. Dude, everything's so expensive. $45 for a stool? Can I get like a cheaper stool? Like, is that the only stool that I have available this time around? Oh, man, it's going to take us some time. We got to get some cash together. People littering and shittering all over my store. What a bunch of douches, but I want their money. Alright, well, I'll probably stick with sectionals and whatnot then all the way over to here and put in tables like so. Other than that, avant-garde stools are basically what I'm leaning into. So we'll put in a couple more of these while I've got the cash to do it. And as long as my appeal goes up, I don't feel that bad about it. If I can move them all the way forward, that'd be best. I just want them to be lined up properly. It bothers me when they're not like... Ugh. Come on, health score. There we go. Gotta get my health score. I'm trying to play stools right now. Please allow me to do my God-given function in this bean shop. Damn. They're like slightly off. This one needs to be brought left ever so slightly, but... I don't know if people will sit at this counter over here. What I'll do is I'll keep these stools in escrow, though, just in case. And so if they don't end up using these stools like ever, what I'll do is I'll bring in something else. So with employees... Oh, we actually have real employees now that actually cost money. Okay, I'll keep that in mind as well. Oh, crazy customer. Let's get them satisfied. There we go. You gotta give them the clicks of love, otherwise they will never be satisfied. We'll keep making them K-cup coffee. Dude, you're throwing away entire chocolate bars when you're going through here. You gotta eat the chocolate bar first. Dude, people used to litter back in the day. I remember when I was a kid, it was pretty common to see people just, like, throwing, like, trash out of windows of their cars and stuff like that, like, on the freeway and everything. Like, it was just like, and people be like, that's unfortunate. But, like, people did it all the time. I was on, like, the back end of, like, littering as a thing. Got avant-garde stools. And so I'm thinking, dude, if you got an avant-garde stool, you should definitely go see a gastroenterologist. That is not the type of stool that you want to have. So we got modern art end tables. It's actually just an inverted garbage can. Okay, so we'll put a couple of those over here, I guess, since the stools don't appear to be getting used. We'll kind of line these up on this side, like so. Oh my good sweet lord. I don't think it's immaculate when there's trash all over the floor like that. Like, I don't want to nitpick or anything, but it just doesn't seem to be. Alright, so inverted trash can, you go right there. I wish you could shift-click and place multiples of an item. Or something like that. There we go. And so hopefully somebody will go over there and sit on that thing. I mean, everybody wants to sit on the comfy chair. I get it. Like, I always look for the comfy chair when I go into, like, fancy restaurants or, like, fancy drink places. But I don't always go into fancy drink places. I don't know why I said that. That was a mistake. I guess I'll have a goat pen. I don't know why I want a goat pen, but hey... There's apparently a goat pen inside of our coffee shop right now. This is the hipsterish, the most hipstery of hipster places. Goat pen, son. Pour over brewer. We'll get that over here so that we've got extra things we can have. A syrup dispenser. A hemp plant? Dude, Prop 81 made it legal for us to have this plant here instead of the back room. Hell yeah, let's be weed dealers. There we go. We are officially weed dealers. This is going to be awesome. She has a torch? We have to have torches in our... Dude, her hint was a torch. Oh, Jesus. Alright, so with food and drink, we'll put the hemp plant over here. Disagreeable wob of filth. Alright, well, as far as the menu goes... yeah. I'm just gonna buy a handmade tip jar and the espresso machine. Pour over brewer and a goat pen. Okay, so we've got... handmade tip jar and the espresso machine. The lucky espresso for when you need extra luck during exam week. We throw a few pennies in your coffee and charge you extra for the heavy metal toxicity. Toxicity! He said heavy metal toxicity. And then we also need the pour over brewer and the goat pen. Alright, so there it is. And that gives me goat tea, freshly knuckled directly from the teat of the vicious, endangered tea goat. Dude, that's such a loaded verb. Knuckled. I knuckled that out of a goat. Ugh. Why don't you go knuckle a goat, bitch? That's a good insult. I'm gonna hold on to that one. That one's gonna stay in the back pocket. You doily using two dryer sheet ass lace curtain bastard. Ooh, we gave her fave, and then she littered all over the store just to punish us for it. We've got 75 pieces of garbage. We've got the lucky espresso. We got to make $3,000 though, which is a lot of money. That's going to be a rough one. And I don't think our appeal is high enough right now. We're not bringing in that many customers. So I just got to wait. I mean, it's starting. The money's started. Oh, there's $92 in our tip jar. Well, shit. Maybe I should have done a torch whenever you need to light up. Also, it's primitive enough to make proto-humans gaze in awe. Monoliths sold separately. All right. I don't know why I need a torch. I guess I'll put a torch right there. I guess there's a torch now sitting on my table. I don't know why I have this. I'll probably put in a few more of these. Like right there. Oh my god, the litter is unbelievable. Get out of here. So the game actually has like a little bit of a clicker bent to it too. So we'll move that up to there. We'll move this up to like here. That spacing looks roughly... No, it's not. That customer's in a huff right now. He's very upset. Oh, he's a Kickstarter backer. A. Caraway. He likes the Lucky Espresso. Well, he got what he wanted. He just walked out being a little salty bastard. Alright, and then we'll go get another avant-garde stool. A stool next to a trash can. How much do you love coffee? Coffee shops. They are magical. Alright. There's a tip on each table. Ooh, $68 on that table right there. Somebody left that good tip. They were happy with the way that we stuffed, so it's a kombucha SCOBY. Wait, what did that say? A sentient mass of slime floating in a vinegary tea brine quietly assesses your fears and your yearnings. You don't taste it so much as it tastes you. Alright, so apparently we got the SCOBY. Dude, we can have a chicken coop? Well, obviously I want a chicken coop. Oh, I didn't place the SCOBY. There we go. Now I've placed the SCOBY. We've got a hot plate. Okay, so I guess I'll put a hot plate right there too. A kefir fermenter. I know what kefir is. I've heard of that before. I guess I'll just keep barnyard animals all over the place. I don't know. This doesn't seem like it'll be good for my health code, but whatever. I'm done concerning myself with it. I'm just not going to think about it anymore. So we've got protest art, get woke, sheeple. It says hater. And we've also got a chalkboard menu. I do think that that's a good idea. Basically, I'm going to try and bring the appeal of the place up so that we start getting a few more customers. I'll probably put a couple of these up, although I do wish there was like multiple different kinds of art that would be on the back of it so that like they would be slightly different, you know what I mean? I need to go and check on a little bit of cash right there. Tip jar's got 10 bucks in it. Okay. As far as food and drink goes, oh dude, we have so much stuff here. I have lots of money too, so I'm just going to research these. Alright, so the torch and the espresso machine is something. The smoked espresso, the burning magnesium awakens the subtle flavors of dollar store espresso beans. Okay. If I go with just the goat pen, what do I get? Kombucha SCOBY gives me kombucha tea. Okay. Hot plate gives me miscreant filth. We've also got the chicken coop apparently gives me something, so we'll go look into that real fast. There we go. And so we've got Balboa coffee. Alright, apparently you need a chicken coop to have Balboa coffee. $1.67, a little bit of cash right there, and $1.50 right there. We'll probably want to pick up a new employee pretty soon. Whole bunch of trash laying around though. Man, there's some filthy people in this town. Some filthy, nasty bastards. Peak among them is number 21. Ain't nobody like that number 21. Always making messes and shit all over the place. Alright, so we got Bob McGee, former football star for the Eggplants. Unfortunately, he just can't undulate like he used to, and now he has to sling hash to make ends meet. Hey, man, if you got yourself a stamp and you got yourself some keef, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. You got to have extra products, man. That's how you keep the customers happy. You can't just sell normal weed. You got to have hash. You got to have oil. You got to have shakies. You got to have all kinds of stuff that people want. Bob McGee, come work in here. I believe in giving people second chances in the future. You can come work in my coffee shop because I believe in you. Yay, he's number 10. He's number 10. I mean, it kind of depends. Like, if you're number 10 at some things in the world, that's a good thing. Like, if you're like the number 10 marathon runner in the world, that's not bad. That's not bad. But if you're like, I don't know. Well, actually, I'm changing that around. I was going to say, if you're like the number 10 farter in the world, I was going to say that's not quite as good. But at the same time, I mean, at least your top 10 in the world is something. I mean, if I could turn my flatulence into some kind of like weaponized art form, I totally would. I would never turn it down again. That would be the best. We are making money right now, but I feel like I should probably expand the store out ever so. Look at this fancy bastard with his shiny Ray-Bans. This dude over here. He the boobies. Alright, so we'll research these. So we got espresso machine, Q-cup coffee, and kombucha. So espresso, kombucha, and the Q-cup machine. The Tart Attack. Tangy flavor, enough caffeine to flatline a horse. Most people drink during exam weeks at 3 a.m. benders. Okay. What else do I have? I've got this guy right here. The goat pen and the torch. Apparently we're setting our goat on fire. I don't want to set the goat on. Oh, it's like a smoked cheese. That's pretty cool. Deep down inside of myself, there's a part of me that's excited about smoked cheeses. And I don't really know why. Deep down, it's just I'm looking for something to be excited. Dude, littering everywhere. I guess I'll put in the kefir fermenter, even though that's kind of gross. I've also got an ice machine. I'll probably just throw that in the corner. And then we've got a fridge. The fridge can be over here by the chicken, I guess. So random. A wheatgrass loom. What the shit? A wheatgrass loom. What the hell is that? The plaid waffle press. The favored waffle press of lumbersexuals. Alright. And a garden repurposer. Dude, I don't even know what half the shit is we have up in here anymore. I think half of it is jokes and half of it is actually real, but also kind of a joke at the same time. So customers come in, customers go out. We've earned a couple $100 more right now. And because there's like dead periods in the game where I'm not doing anything but watching customers go in and out, I'm just going to edit those out so that we can get back to doing the fun stuff in between. Need more furniture. Need more furniture. Anything that increases our appeal sounds good to me. An antique Chesterfield. I didn't know that they made couches that sounded so fancy. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. His Victoria-era blunderbussing of wildlife is surpassed only by his love of a fine peaty scotch. As far as furniture goes, I'm going to need another table. What I may do is I may get rid of this one right here so that my people can get tetanus. Let my people tetanus. There we go. And so we'll put a fancy table right there. And then we'll put another fancy table right here because I feel like people have an appreciation for fancy-ass tables. If you ain't got a fancy-ass table at your establishment, what do you actually have? You have a goat next to a pile of puke. That's what you have. And I don't think that's anything that anybody's ever going to put on their curriculum vitae. That does not go there. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I can manage an Excel spreadsheet. I'm pretty good with Photoshop. I've also got a goat that stands next to a pile of puke all day, and I use its milk in my coffee recipes. Like, oh, is the puke necessary? Is that, like, part of the milk brewing process? Like, hell if I know, man. I'm just clicking stuff off a menu and putting it on shelves. I assume that if it gets down to an F, I get failed out of the business. We really have trouble. We're having trouble drumming up business here. We need to come up with, yeah, protest works. Let's go ahead and get a protest real fast. These beans grab back. Can I put them out front? There we go. Let's put them out front. I don't want the protesters in my restaurant, just in case this gets violent. I don't know if this is like a Berkeley-type protest, or if this is like a Sonoma-type protest, or if this is like a Solano-type protest, or like a, you know, I just don't know, a San Fernando protest, because there's a difference with all of these. Like, protests go very differently depending on where the protest takes place. Like, some protests require a balaclava mask, some don't. That's all that I'm going to say. We'll grab that cash right there, get our tips up and out of there. I think the protest is really going to bring our appeal up. I think it's going to help. We're protesting President Dump, apparently. There we go. We need a Kofifi coffee, though, if we're really going to make this work. Kofifi coffee. It's coffee. That makes no sense. It's just a cup of coffee with some Coke in it. I mean, like Coca-Cola, not like cocaine, although I'm sure President Dump would probably prefer the one with cocaine in it, given the way his ass sniffles and twitches. Let's see here. Obeezy Boy Recliner for the man who sweats when he eats. It depends. I sweat when I eat when I go to Cattleman's. It just kind of depends what restaurant you're at. Like, if I'm at Cattleman's, absolutely I sweat when I eat. Because that's hardcore eating right there. If you've never been to a Cattleman's before, I promise you, when you go in and you eat there, you will sweat by the end of your meal. It's a lot of food. They'll bring out like 100 potato skins, like a 40-ounce steak. You'll be like, oh my god, there's so much food. And I kind of feel like I should eat it all. Like, the caveman inside of me is like, we've been working for this. For 10,000 years, humanity has been working to this point where we can eat this volume of food shamelessly. And I'm like, okay, deep little Neanderthal in my cerebellum, I will do this, but only because you have requested it. I don't really feel like we're doing that much more business. But, you know, I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm going to put a chair in right there. And then, oh, she's having a freak out. Let me get her back on the grind real fast. Which, coincidentally, turns out to be a pretty good... coffee pun. Works out pretty well. Throw that in there. All right, looks good. No complaints from me. Grab those, and then one final big fancy chair. Aside from that, I need a big wooden table. Is someone else having a freak out? I thought I heard a... Oh, he's having a freak out. Okay, cool. We'll just click on him real fast. Click his butt until he comes back to work. There we go. So we'll grab that right there. We'll grab that right there. I'll probably just line the rest of the room with these little chairs right here, although they don't do that much for... I'll put in another coffee sign while we wait. So there we go. And as far as decor goes, we can have modern art oh my good lord, man. You guys are murdering me right now with this litter. An outdated game console. Tasteful nudes from a photography class. There we go. Put them behind the counter. Everybody needs nudity. A subtle application of boob can really bring the appeal of your coffee shop upwards. There we go. I'm a simple man. Boob does it for me. I don't know why. We can also put in college-related posters just to let them know that we're definitely not a corporate chain that simply wants their money. We actually care about the community. Now, give me your wallet. We'll grab that right there, and I think we're just about out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Bean. I will see you all in the next episode. It's been a lot of fun so far. An eggplant mascot cutout. Good lord. I will see you all when next we join up to continue slanging that coffee. If you like the series, go ahead and let me know. Put lots of comments down there. In addition, if you like the channel and what I do, consider checking out the Patreon. It's a great way to support me and keep me in business as I move forward, making tons and tons of indie game videos for all of you, showing off all the sweetest indie games coming out. I also have a link for Beans for you down below in case this is the sort of game that you find yourself into. I can place hemp plants. Well, I definitely think my place needs at least one hemp plant. We can also double up by selling grams off that little beezy. Sell some grams off of it. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.